alongside the freeway, and that is the entrance to our property that it was shown there. We've since we've just recently put up a new security fence, and that's interesting as well. In South Africa, it's a huge electric fence, a security fence, which keeps our children safe when they're inside this property area. That is the only existing building that you see there, and in that building is our kitchen and our training facility and our clothing ministry. So that is the only building structure that we have at the moment. Out of that building, we run our life skills program. You can see these are our preteens who attend our life skills program most afternoons of the week. This is where our youth spend their time. There is just nowhere else safe in the community for them to be. There they're having a cricket game. And so there's always a hub of children on this community, on this property. That kitchen property that we have, that building, we've recently, it was very, very dilapidated, and we've recently just renovated it, cleaned up the roof. Although we don't own it yet, we just felt that it was right that we put on a coat of paint, and we could be proud of all that was happening there. This is inside the kitchen where we cook the 2,000 meals a day, 4 times a week. Lots of soup cooked on gas stoves.
You know, Sal, I think one of the things that you do with Life Community that is so unique is that out in these communities, which is sort of like a slum community, you have members of the community that have these little sort of lean-to shelters on the side of their homes, and the food is delivered out into those communities so that the children can just walk down the road to a place that's right there, that's being run by one of the women in the community who leads in worship, in prayer, and then feeds the children. I just love the fact that from the central hub, food goes out into those communities. How many of the centers do you actually have?
Yes, what we're focusing on today is this kitchen, but outside of the kitchen area, within a radius of about 20 miles, are 10 centers. And as you say, they're on the street where the children live. So they have, the children have a place so that they can walk to, that they can get to easily, whereas little ones come in the morning, bigger ones in the afternoon. And in total, there are 2,000 children being served. And the second interesting thing there is the teams that man the centers, who are running the centers where the children come to, are ladies from the community. Our part, mine and Morena, is that we really raise up and uplift the community themselves. So these ladies come to us initially never having been employed. Many of them are illiterate, and we start on a process of training them. They love the Lord with all their heart, but they don't know how to serve their community. They don't know how to care for their community, and they want to, but how do they do it without our help? So we equip them to run these centers, as you say, time of worship every day, Bible story, ministry time. And what's very important is that we get to the heart of what is making that child tick. Are they abused? Do they need to be back in school? What is their deep down need? And we go all out to meet that need.
So you're being social workers as well out there in the community.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. And here we've got boys enjoying music. This looks like music lessons.
One of our programs, Lynn, is that we want to take the talent, as I said, that's lying dormant in that community and develop it. And there is a guy in South Africa who came out. He's got such a heart for what we do. In fact, he just won the Idols in South Africa, and his stage name is Elvis Blue. He comes out and gives music lessons to our kids. And the thing is, he raises an awareness and buys the guitars, and if the children can play within 6 months, they can actually own the guitar. So he's got these girls and boys playing guitar and drums, and we dance and sing with our choir. Our choir is a very important part of what we, of what we do, and we take that music to the centers again. So the kids can play at the centers, the drums, the guitars, and they can dance and sing. Another thing is art. The art in the background there is what our children did, and it's amazing to see the artistic abilities once we start giving them the media to do it with. And we have people who come in and help us train the children in art too.
Well, for those of you that don't know what Sally and Morena look like, here we have Morena over here, and we have Sally over here. So you've been listening to the voices, now you know what they look like. And I know that you're doing training of people in the community and as well as training of the children. And it's there all the way around for clothing and warm clothing in the wintertime as well.
That's quite right. George gets very cold. So we are very, very thankful that we can clothe the children too.
You've got the preschool and the daycare. You mentioned that earlier, and we've got the plans for the current site, what you want to do in the future. You thought through all of this, which is so wonderful. But in order to be able to do this, you need to be able to purchase the property right now. Here you can see the spreadsheets with all the figures, and I know that Morena and Sally would be happy to give people more information, even who are interested. So you are doing just such an impactful work right there in George, and I really believe that it's a model that can be duplicated in other parts of the world, this concept of a central place where you train up, where you feed, and then you distribute out into the communities, and you involve the local people there. So it's not just those that have, but the local people are being raised up and empowered at the same time. So for people that would, yeah, sorry, Morena, go on.
No, it's just always been, you know, from our outset of the ministry, that's been our goal, is to take this concept and take it to other parts of the world, other parts of Africa, other parts of the world, because we know it's working.
Yes. So if people would like to give, how do they contact you, and what should they do?
Okay. If they go on the website, www.lifecommunity.co.za, they can get all the information there. We do have a place where they can donate to here in the USA, which is in Leechburg, and they can find it there. It's box 444 Leechburg, and we are registered here in the States under IRM, which is International Restoration Ministries. So anybody who would want to donate can donate there, and that will also be found on our website, www.lifecommunity.co.za.
So
or ZA, as you say.
Yeah, so make sure lifecommunity.co.za. So
that's correct.
Not .com, that's not going to find your way, but you can also Google Life Community Services in South Africa, and that will come up. And there's a place right there where you will be able to donate. And I know that Morena and Sally would love to hear from you. So those of you that are listening, this is a chance to give directly to the poor, and in a way that is sustainable and will make a difference onto the next generation. The need is urgent. The need is now. There needs to be a response soon. So we would love to hear from you. You can contact them via the website. And please also feel free to pass this webinar on to friends. So Morena, Sally, thank you so much for joining us. And God bless you in the work that you're doing. You're really doing an amazing job. Thank you once again. Bye-bye.
And thank you so much. Bye-bye. If we don't own the property, I mean, that just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's
so as you go out, it's almost like a wheel. You radiate out in this, put on a coat of paint, and we could be proud of all that was happening there. And the second interesting thing there is the teams that man